into 2023 we go now over in La France, of course. Will the likes of Lionel Messi and PSG dominate once again? We'll take a look at that and more and thanks. That's right, folks. Bam's getting a production video today. We're forward to match number 17, of course, over in La France. And we'll get to that in just a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button, bang it, all things Ligue related, Black and Rose related, world football related. We're going to roll here, boys. Under one roofski. Of course, Lionel Messi has probably been taking an extended break. I don't even know, because I'm actually recording this on the 23rd of December. But is he back? He could be back for these games, of course, kicking off 2023 with a bang. In fact, the rumour has it he's actually extended his deal now to stay a little bit longer in La France. We'll take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs, the other pages, of course. You know who you are. Big shout out, of course, to the guys. And, of course, subscribe, thumbs up, your one-stop shop for La France. But anyway, let's get into it. Of course, take a look at what we're talking about. Of course, we are talking about this. That's right, which is, of course, the results from match number 16, which did take place on the 28th and the 29th of December back in 2022. You know, back in the day, of course. Now, my picks are on the left. The real deal was on the right. When I say the real deal, I mean the real deal is a bit of a mystery, of course, because I'm recording this ahead of time. When this takes place, I'll be down in deepest, darkest Georgia, unloading a truck or loading a truck. I don't even know what I'll be doing, but I'll be all alles über the Platz, as they say in Germany. So those are the results. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. Of course, I'll be interested to see how we get on. But of course, we'll bring you bang up to date in all abundance. And of course, with the Prediction League when I come back to full strength, of course. But anyway, this is the league again as of recording on the 23rd. Just kind of throwing that out there, just to let you know where we were when, of course, I was recording videos. But anyway, here we go. This is the link, League 1, if you want to get involved. We are about to reset the clocks, reset the blocks, and of course start with a brand new league at the second half of the campaign to see if you can compete with the big boys and maybe make a name for yourself. But anyway, let's take a look at the games we're talking about coming at you on the 1st and 2nd of January 2023. We're going to start with, of course, Monaco up against Brest, of course, coming at you on New Year's Day 2023. Played each other 8 times, 2008, 4 wins apiece, 0 draws, of course. Biggest win for Monaco, 4-1 win. The biggest win in the way, a 2-0 win. Monaco scored 13 goals compared to Brest's 10. Of course, of those 8 games, works out about 1.25 goals a game for Brest, 1.63 goals a game for Monaco. Last time around, though, in Monaco was a 4-2 win way back in May 2022. Of course, the odds for this game, though, we've got Monaco coming at you at 9-4 on, but they're actually 50-4. It's draw 5-1 is your long shots. We're back in Monaco. Of course, we are 2-0 win for them. 3 points in the can and move the chains. Nantes up against Auxerre, of course, on New Year's Day as well. Played each other 37 times in 1983. 11 wins for Nantes, 14 wins for Auxerre, 12 draws, of course. Not so biggest win for them. 2-0 win. The biggest win for Auxerre, 4-0 win. In fact, they scored 58 goals compared to Nantes' 48 of the course of those 37 games. Works out a rate 1.30 goals a game compared to Auxerre's 1.57. Last time around, though, over in Nantes, it was a 4-3 win for Auxerre back in January 2018. That was in the Coupe de France, of course. Meanwhile, last time they played each other in the league, though, was back in April 2013. It was in Ligue 2. It was a 1-1 draw way back when. The odds for this game, we got Nantes even Stevens for the 14-5. Is your Auxerre 23-10 is your draw. Auxerre are in trouble, remember. They could actually get relegated here. Going to go with a 1-0 win in the end for Nantes. On this one, kicking forward, it's Toulouse up against Ajaccio, also on New Year's Day, played each other quarterfinals 21 times this year, 2003. 12 wins for Toulouse, 6 wins for Ajaccio, and 3 draws, of course. Biggest win for Toulouse, 3-0 win. The biggest win in the way, a 4-2 win. Ajaccio just scored 20 goals compared to Toulouse's 34. Works out about 1.62 goals a game compared to 0.95 scored by Ajaccio heading into this. Last time around, over in Toulouse, it was a 2-2 draw back in July 2021. That was in Ligue 2. Of course, I've gone with actually, we'll have a look at the odds before I make my pick. Of course, Toulouse are actually even Stevens, so they're actually 9-4 is your draw, and got 40-5 is your Ajaccio here. But I'm going to go with another draw here. Point apiece. Maybe a little bit of rust in the legs, but of course a point in the bag. On the same. Angers up against Lorient, of course, come at you. Also New Year's Day. 19 times they played 2003. 5 wins for Angers. 7 wins for Orient and 7 draws, of course. Biggest win for Angers, 5-1 win. The biggest win in the way, a 2-0 win. In fact, Angers has scored 18 goals compared to Lorient's 21 over the course of those 19 games. Works out about 0.95 goals scored by Angers. 1.11 scored for Lorient as well. Last time around, over in Angers, it was a 1-0 win for the hosts back in, of course, November 2021. The odds, though, for this one coming at you, we got Angers 15-8 for the victory, 9-4 is your draw, 7-5 is your way win. Of course, Angers are rooted, whereas Lorient are trying to make history here by getting to the Champions League. But we're going to go with a 2-0 win for Lorient here. Visitors taking the 3 points and keeping their dream alive. Next, of course, over Lyon against Clermont Foot. Of course, come at you over the Groupama Stadium and played each other 3 times in 2005, 1 win apiece and 1 draw. The biggest win, the only win for Lyon, 2-1 win. Biggest win in the way, 4-3 win. In fact, both sides have scored 8 goals against each other. Works out around 2.67 goals goals game, of course, heading into this. Last time around, though, over at Lyon, it was a 3-3 draw way back in August 2021. That was last season, of course. Meanwhile, the bookies are odds for this one. We have Lyon coming at you 5-2 on with the 50-4 is draw. 6-1 is your long shots. That's, of course, Clermont foot. We're going to go with Lyon Hill here. 3-1 win for them and keeping the dream alive. Last game, of course, for New Year's Day is Lens up against PSG. Bit of a zinger as well. Second place as of recording up against PSG, who are first. And they should undoubtedly be first whenever we come to this. Pleasure 43 times to 93. We've got 13 wins for Lens, 19 wins for PSG, and 11 draws, of course. Biggest win for Lens, 3-0 win. Biggest win in the way, 5-1 win. In fact, Lens have scored just 49 goals compared to the 66 scored by PSG. Of course, of those 43 matches, works out about 1.13 goals a game for Lens, 1.53 goals a game for PSG. Last time around, though, in Lens, it was a 1-1 draw way back in December 2021. In fact, they also played each other in Paris, same season, also ended up 1-1 draw. In fact, the away side's only won once. That's when PSG beat Lens 3-1 way back in October 2014. The odds, though, for this game, of course, we have Lens 5-2 for the victory, 20-19 on is your PSG. They are favoured here at 14-5 is draw. I don't know if I've gone that way. I think I've gone a bit of a strange way. I have 3-2 in the end, narrow win, but of course Lens are still comfortably in the mix for Champions League and beyond. Meanwhile, Strasbourg up against Troyes, of course, come back on Monday, January the 2nd. Now these two sides have played each other 17 times in 1999. We've got 8 wins for Strasbourg, 4 for Troyes, 5 draws, of course. Biggest win for Strasbourg, 2-0 win. Biggest win the other way, a 4-0 win for Troyes. In fact, Troyes have scored 20 goals compared to Strasbourg's 23 of the course of those 17 games. Works out about 1.18 goals scored by Troyes, 1.35 goals scored by Strasbourg, of course. Last time around, though, over at Strasbourg, it was a 1-1 draw way back in August 2021. The odds, though, for this game, 5-4 on is your Strasbourg, 11-4 is your draw, and 60-5 is your away win here. We're back in, of course, a 1-0 win for Strasbourg, who are in the relegation zone. They need to get their act together if they're going to save their season. Meanwhile, Lille against Reims, of course, also on Monday, January the 2nd. Now, these two sides have played each other 19 times, 11, 7 wins for Lille, 8 wins for Reims, and 4 draws, of course. Lille, though, 3-0 win was the biggest win over Reims, 2-0 win was the other way. In fact, they scored just 23 goals compared to 24 for the Lille. Works out about 1.21 goals a game for Reims, 1.26 goals scored by Lille heading into this. Last round, though, in Lille, it was a 2-1 win for them. The hosts back in September 2021. Just one defeat in the last 4 for Lille over Reims. Of course, the odds here, we've got 13-8 on is your Lille, 3-1 is draw, and 92 is your away win here. We're back in Lille, of course, who are in 7th. Going to go with a 2-1 win for them over Reims, who have also in 11th right now. AJ Montpellier up against Marseille in the Battle of the M's, perhaps, of course, on the 2nd of Jan. Played each other 47 times in 1983, 10 wins for Montpellier, 24 wins for Marseille, and 13 draws. Montpellier, though, biggest win for them, 3-0 win. The biggest win in the way, a 5-1 win. Montpellier scored just 58 goals compared to the 77 scored by Marseille in those 47 games. Works out about 1.23 goals a game compared to the 1.64 scored by Marseille. Last time around, though, over in Montpellier was a 3-2 win for Marseille back in August 2021. Of course, the odds for this game, though, we've got Montpellier 60-5 for the victory, 40-5 is draw, and 65 on is your Marseille. They are favourite here. I'm going to go with the visitors here, 2-0 win for them, keeping up the heat, and maybe making a push for third spot. We'll see about that. And then wrap it up. A bit of a zinger here. Rennes up against Nice, of course, very, very nice. Over at the Roseland Park. Played 49 times in 1984. 60 wins for Rennes, 18 wins for Nice, 15 draws, of course. 4-1 win was the biggest result for Rennes. 3-0 win was the biggest win for Nice. In fact, Rennes have scored just 65 goals compared to the 71 scored by Nice, which is, of course, very, very nice. 1.33 goals scored on average for Rennes, 1.45 scored by Nice. Of course, coming at you, the last time I played each other at Rennes was a 2-1 win for Nice back in December 2021. The odds for this game right here, right now, we got Rennes 5-4 on for the victory, 40-5 is draw, and 60-5 is your away win here, guys. We are back in Rennes, 3-1 win for them, monster win, keeping up the heat at the top of the table, maybe even making a push for top 2. That's my take, guys. Let me know your take. Cut for us League 1, and of course, when we come back, we will bring you bang up to date with the prediction league and see where you are, and see where I am. Well, not really me, but you guys. See who's dominating it. But until then, guys, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. Of course, we'll be back to normality when we come back. Until then, guys, I'll see you soon for the next.